Hey, in this video we are going to explain how we can customize the Gantt chart sheet, also the Gantt chart graphic. So in general, as you can see, this is the default view when you create your empty project, but we can actually customize the fields in general. For example, the text, the fonts, the colors, and so on. This is the same things we can apply to customize the Gantt chart, which is the visualization of the data that's presented here in sheet of the task. So first of all, if you go back here in the task, you can see we have a font, which is the default features that come with the Office software. For example, change the font type, the font size, and make the font as a bold or italic or underline and so on. So this is the same way we can set these properties here for the columns. Okay, so actually you can select any text here or column in general. It's look like when you work on the Excel, and then directly you can change the font properties here, for example font size or font color. Okay, but by default I'm not going to change any of these. By default it will be 11, okay, as a font size, and a color will be black or auto in general. Okay, now if you need to more customize for the columns, for example, if you need to add or hide any columns here, or you need to change the title of these columns or the alignment. As you can see, I can't align the text show here in the columns. Okay, so we can do that by using this tab. As you can see, Gantt chart format. Here in Gantt chart format, starting from left, as you can see, we have a format. So text styles. Starting with the general styles of your project for the text, you can set directly as a text styles. Also, you can set the grid lines. The grid lines, it's look like the grid lines show in the Excel. Okay, you can directly here change the grid lines. For example, the color of the grid, the thick of the grid, and the type of a grid in general. Okay, the second things here, which is very important to focus on it, which is the layout. Layout, it's applied on the Gantt chart bar. As you can see, as a layout here, we have a links. When we make a relationships, as you can see, we have the type of the link. Okay, now as you can see in this window, we have a links type, and now it's set to this links. We can change the link if we need, or make null. So this will don't set any link type between these tasks when we create or set the relationships between these tasks. Also, we can change the date format that show here in the bar. So in the next video we are going to talk about how we can change or how we customize the text that will be shown in the bar. Okay, for example, as you can see, we have a resource that show by default as a default settings. Okay, we can change what the text of the columns of or data in general that will show here in the bar. So you can see another things here is the bar height. So as you can see, the bar height by default is 12. We can change it to any value. The max value here is 24. For example, if I switch this value to 24 as a bar height and click on OK, so as you can see, the bar height will be set to 24. Okay, and this is the good things you needed to do when you create a report or print the Gantt chart for your project. Okay, Also, we can change the properties of the columns. For example, we can insert column in any location. So, for example, if I'm going to hide the resource names, so I'm going to right-click here on the resource name columns and select hide column. We don't have delete column. We don't delete anything here. We just insert and hide. Okay. So I'm going to hide this column. Then I'm going to set the resource or insert the resource column directly after the task name. So I'm going to select the duration column, then going to select the insert column. And as you can see, MS Project show me many columns by default. So I'm just going to type a resource. So as you can see, by default, this is the columns that's related to the set resources, the resource group, by resource group, or by resource initial names, and so on. So I'm going to select a resource name. So as you can see, I have here the columns inserted directly after the task name. Okay. Right now I'm going to hide this column because I don't need to show resources in general here in the sheet that's related to the task. Fine. So the second things you need to do here is to customize the alignments. You can change the align of the text directly using the columns properties. You can select one column or multi-column. This is don't matter here. So you can select any of column and change it directly using columns properties, as you can see here. Okay. Also, you can change the settings of the column. For example, if I'm going to select the task name here and then going to click on this combo box, which is the column settings, I have hide column. And we say hide column doesn't remove the column, it just hides, okay, from a view. Also, I have a wrap text. It looks like the wrap text and this feature use it in any other Office products. And I have field settings. Now the field settings, it look like if you need to change this column, or if you change the properties of this column. For example, the field name. Now the field name by default is the name. Okay. And the title that show for us, for example, if you need if you need to change the title of this column, you can change it directly here by change this value. Okay. For example, I don't need to use the task term to represent the task title. For example, I'm going to change the task to the activity name. Okay. Also, you have a line title because alignment feature here doesn't apply for the column name. So you need to change the alignment of the content, which is the field the value of the columns, and then you need to change the align of the columns in general. Okay, so you can select and change the align title here for the center, left, or right. Also, you can set the align data, which is the align data we talk about it, using the align text here directly. Okay, you can set the width of the column, or you can use this option to set the best fit of this column. Okay. Also, you can change the width of the column using this drag and drop, as you can see.